everyone, welcome to a new game. This is Roll for Confidence, a Call Me Cera Vignette. I got this game included in a charity bundle that I purchased a few years ago. And I started the game, showed me the controls for both keyboard, mouse, and controller. And then it asked me if I want to be shown, a content warning. I said yes. Trans experience, transphobia, microaggressions, misogyny. Although we cannot live in a world void of things that upset us, Team Toad House and Toad House games believe in informed consent. We'll list common possible triggers before each game to help the player make their decision. I find this very, very, very important to have the content warnings at the cost of some spoilers of themes or events that eventually happen in a game. The above topics are touched upon and we leave it up to you, the player, to decide how to proceed. We have written the game with care, not to purposely upset. If you find yourself in a mentally dangerous place while playing, please contact a local mental health hotline, medical professional, a trusted loved one, so you're not alone. Alright. It's not testing anything. Yeah, let's start. Occasionally, you'll have to choose what you want to do or say. When these choices pop up, you'll hear this sound. When you hear this, you can use the up and down arrows to select your choice. Usually, we'll have 2 or 3 options, but this can vary. Okay. Sophia! Are you hurt? Do you need me to call an ambulance? Sorry, I'm okay. Small mountains of coins lay around me, sprawled across the carpet like I'm a dragon resting atop her riches. What happened? How'd you end up on the floor? I think my belt chain got caught in the change drawer. Well, did you have a nice trip? You just don't understand fashion, Go-Go. Of course I understand fashion. Like how I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. I rub my knee. I bruise so easily. I just don't understand need to bedazzle yourself. Why not change into something more comfortable? Do you need new clothes? I'll give you money for new clothes. Wait a minute. Oh man, I think the audio might be a bit too big. Hold on. Is this better? Okay, I think this is better. Yep. Sorry. I sigh. A group of preteens are staring at me. I wave. They flee towards the pinball machines. Thank you, but no thank you. He shrugs. Suit yourself. Are you okay holding down the fort for a bit longer today? I want to pick up some extra supplies. TTRPG night tonight. I glanced over at my messenger bag. I got up early to make Johan Chai for my lunch today. It's all I've been thinking about since. My belly grumbles. Yeah, no problem. When do you think you'll be back though? Shouldn't take more than 2 hours, so around 4. That's practically dinner time. I smile, trying to hide any disappointment. Okay, sounds good. I know. I'm sorry. We've been working hard. How can I make it up to you? Wasabi or jalapeno? I don't like either of these. I'm not really a big fan of spicy things. I guess some jalapeno kettle chips won't hurt. I'll bring you back a bag, okay? My favorite. I grin. You better not forget. I'm looking forward to them now. He holds the door open for a group of cosplaying teens before waving over his shoulder and leaving. Good afternoon, gamers. You've reached Screen Time Arcade. How can I make your day better? Hey, do you have the new Discovery Delver's Creature Manual? Yes, we do. Came in yesterday. Sweet, could I borrow a copy for tonight's game? Of course, we have community copies available. Want me to put one aside for you? Wow, yeah, that would be great. Thanks, it's Zane, by the way. Oh, hi, how was the first day at your new job? So far, so good. Thanks for asking. Happy to hear it. I'll make sure to put a feature manual aside for you. Thanks again, Soph. See you tonight. My brother Wei and I bought Screen Time Arcade 5 years ago, the same year we moved to Fernweh. And with it, we inherited the Monday TTRPG night that's been going on since the early 80s. It's as old as we are, and some of the original players still come, loyal and giddy to welcome any new players. I really love our space and the community that came with it. There are large, hairy skylights that brighten up every corner. I like to lay on the carpet and watch clouds sweep by during summer thunderstorms. Speaking of, this carpet, a nerdy gamer's dream, well loved and maintained, an original from the 80s. No street shoes are worn inside, so it is perfectly preserved. We sell house shoes for anyone who needs them, but most people just bring their own. Many gamers also bring accessories like cotton gloves and batting gloves to help their fingers slide along our rhythm games faster or to grip the bard or dance games better. Mr. Sullivan. Hello, miss. Do you work here? Hi. Hello. Yes. My brother and I own this arcade. I'm Sophia. How can I help? Ah, good for you. It's a wonderful place. Reminds me of my favorite arcade growing up. Oh, my favorite type of customer interaction. We try our best. I'm new in town. I work at the good-looking home cooking food truck park. Jessica mentioned you have pinball. Aw, old people playing games they loved as a kid. I could cry. I'm not kidding. This is my absolute favorite thing. Absolutely. Do you have one in mind? Well, it would be great if you had this one. Oh, it takes place in a castle with a moat. Legend of Danu. It has a nature scene with the two hills on the side. Yeah! Yes, that's the one. I met my wife playing that game. I think my heart might explode. We have it over there, if you'd like to play it. That's incredible, thank you. What a wonderful arcade. My Ella would have loved it. I'm Sully, very nice to meet you. Please come by for some ice cream at GLHC. Your first one's on me. How cute was that? I love my job. I love how when you first walk in, just beyond the shoe lockers, you're greeted by bright neon and the sounds of electricity. Coins clinking, MIDI themes of yesteryear, and now surge staring you to beat the current high score. It makes my heart race every time. If you keep walking past the arcade machines, they get... Oh my god, my bird. Sorry, he's just playing around in front of me, and he kind of tripped. But he's fine, he's just learning how to, I guess, be a bird. So, if you keep walking past the arcade machines, the cacophony gradually becomes more muted. There you'll find 5 large kidney bean-shaped tables, surrounded by large dark wood bookshelves stuffed with TTRPG guidebooks and board games. In the back corner, behind one of the bookshelves, lives a snack bar that looks like an ancient tavern. Isn't it cozy? We sell vegetarian street food, smoothies, and mocktails, and jam snack for free. School let out for the summer last week, so the demand for snacks has almost tripled. The original owner of Screen Time was Cantonese, like our parents. We wanted to retire closer to his children, but he wanted to retire closer to his children, but needed assurance that his life's work would be taken care of. I like to think we're keeping our promise to him. For 5 years, I've opened this arcade promptly at 11 a.m. every day, without a single day off. I come in between 9:45 and 10 a.m. sipping the strongly brewed tea concoction Imani invented just for me. I flick on all the lights, the neon ones first, so I can enjoy their otherworldly glow. Flamingos and neon make me so happy. It's a dreamy way to start my day. Once my tea kicks in, I do daily tasks, restock the snack bar, and put on some music. I also check over all the games and write up a list of maintenance needed. Maintenance is always needed. By the time all of that is done, it's time to unlock the doors. Every day the same routine for 5 years. Honestly, I love it. I love how warm Fernweh was when we first moved. I love that everyone knows me, as Sophia. I love that I'm surrounded by arcade games and cute flamingos, and that I made friends while discovering a passion for tabletop RPGs. Okay, I remember now what this means. Sorry. I love... Good afternoon, gamers. You've reached Screen Time Arcade. How can I make your day better? Yeah, hi. Do you have Banshee Bash? My apologies. Banshee Bash is still getting repaired. This is bullshit. It's been broken for over a month now. What the hell is wrong with you? I flinch. Yeah, that's true, and I'm very I don't want to hear your excuses. It's an old game. You should be able to simply fix that cabinet in a weekend if you weren't so lazy. I can feel my eyes getting misty. I turn toward the wall so that nobody can see. Well, the older games are more delicate and take a bit. This is why I need to leave the real work to someone who can handle it. Where's the manager? I want to speak to him. You must be my brother. He won't be in until later. Okay, sweetheart, I'll call back when he's in. I feel like I've been punched. The phone slips in my clammy hands. I wipe them on my skirt. I'm more than capable to help you with. Don't worry your pretty little head about it. I'd rather just talk to someone who knows the inner workings and can give me a better estimate. I repair them. I'll call back later. I suddenly feel like I need to pee, like there's rocks sunk in the bottom of my stomach. My chest feels light. I wave my hands in front of my eyes, willing them to stop welling up. Hi, Sophia. Are you ready to defend the Toadlands and defeat Mort, the great Golem Lord? Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Who hurt you? Let me at him. Oh, no, nothing, nobody. Yeah, I'm ready. I swallowed down any upset I was feeling. I love my job, and my bird is acting crazy. Can you please calm down, little man? You're early, that's all. Oh, I had a rude customer come in this morning. Jessica tosses her backpack on the floor and rolls her eyes. Butthead thought he could bully me into giving him a free lunch. We forgot to give him fries with his bulgogi because, it's not typical. We were busy. Honest mistake. We immediately made them for him, and apologized. Amira even gave him some free black lava. He had to wait maybe an extra 5 minutes, tops. And he demanded we comp the entire meal. I mean, we comp food all the time, but definitely not for some jerk who tries to intimidate my sweet Amira. So I told him firmly, no. She looks so powerful. No, we cannot and will not comp your entire meal. We apologize for the extra weight and appreciate your patience. And I packed up his food neatly, placed it in his hands, and walked him out of GLHC. Him thinking he could throw a tantrum and get his way. She curls her lips and clicks her tongue. So, I came here early to relax a bit and cool off. It's sticky hot out there, even without rude men throwing fits. I wish she's just standing there, so certain of her decision, handling it like a queen. She makes it look so easy. I wish I could be more like her. Oh, sounds stressful. Weren't you scared? What's he gonna do? Well, actually, me to death? It's our business. He has no control over us. He doesn't feel that way for me, though. Right. It feels like that man on the phone had all the control. Anyway, I'm gonna be in the back, reading my notes. Holler if you need me. Okay. I could never do what Jessica did. I wish I could wear suspenders and march men out of my business and still look like a goddess doing it. Like Jessica. I'm back. What did I miss? He brings in 4 large bags of groceries, bananas, and ripe summer stone fruit piled high on top. I have good news and bad news. He clears his throat and nods. Okay, I'm ready. He's adorable how serious Go-Go gets over the smallest things. I feel myself smile. So, that guy who broke Banshee Bash called again. Oh, great. Bad news is that he mansplained to me how to repair an arcade cabinet, called me lazy, and then said he'll call again when you're back. Okay. The guy, based on this script, the guy didn't mansplain anything. He was just a man-child throwing a hissy fit on the telephone. But that is throwing a hissy fit isn't mansplaining. So, so Sophia here is not being accurate, describing the type of conversation that happened over the phone. He sighs and nods. And the good news? Well, he mansplained something to me, so that was kinda cool. Don't get me wrong, it felt absolutely horrible in a moment, but is it wrong to feel a little validated? He chuckles. That's my little sister, always managing to see the silver lining. Sorry, he was a misogynistic jerk. You okay? He's an intense guy. I still feel a little shaken up, but he doesn't need to know that. Oh, you know me. All good. Next time, just tell him off. He boofs my nose, gathers the groceries, and heads towards the snack bar. You're the boss, princess, stinky butt. I grimace and call after him. We're at work! Hi-ya! I can hear him laughing all the way to the kitchen. He laughs with his mouth shut, so he sounds like an owl hooting. What? Bit. Good evening, Miss Sophia. You look lovely today. Hi, Bid. It's wonderful to see you, gorgeous. How was your day? The life of a retiree can be so boring at times. So today, Michael and I had a wonderful lunch and visited the art gallery. She winks. So, not so boring. How was your day, love? More or less okay. Ready for some Discovery Delvers? I always look forward to Monday nights. I hope we find a way to defeat Lord Mort before he kills us all. She giggles and walks towards the snack bar. One bag of kettle chips for my favorite sister. I'm your only sister. Makes you that much more special. Go eat. I'm sure you're starving. Flamingos are pink because of beta carotene in the algae they consume. Is this legit? When I learned this as a kid, I ate only carrots for 2 weeks. I turned orange, not nearly as pretty as pink. Flamingos also eat upside down. I tried that for one meal and got sick. Never again. Now I eat slow with small bites and cloth napkins. Even on days like today, where I feel more like a hungry raccoon than a flamingo. Jessica set up our table while I was eating. My shiny blue and black galaxy dice are waiting for me at my usual seat. Good dice choice. We thought you'd like them after the luck you had last week. I traded mine out for my new flower ones. She holds up a yellow D12 with tiny white daisies. I would too after the rolls you got. We do not need to discuss the Trader's Spanish to dice jail, thank you. Ready whenever you are, Jess. Okay, settle in everyone. Last we met our heroes Magnolia, Beaufort, and Adana. They had just learned that Mort, the Golem Lord, recruited the kingdom's best arcanists to help him create the perfect Golem army. The party discovered that Mort had reached out to more isolated and unscrupulous arcanists of other kingdoms, making his kingdom a destination for any summer or earnest arcanist. You're currently heading back to the Giant Kingdom at the Toad Queen's request to face the general of the Golem Lord's magic army, hoping that it will slow the Golem onslaught. You're still half a day's journey away in a quiet farming village. What would you like to do? Beaufort needs to increase supplies. I request we go shopping before leaving this town and continuing our journey. Yeah, I don't want to leave the horses behind. Edine doesn't need anything, so I'll be by the front gate of town preparing our horses. Magnolia wants to work on her spell book. I have 3 new spells I'd like to learn before we get there. Okay, do you have all the supplies you need for learning? No. Beaufort, would you be so kind to accompany me to the market? Gladly, milady. Travelers, good to see you again in good health. What can I prepare for you today? I'd like to purchase 3 healing potions, 1 giant potion, and do you still perchance have that cap with the quill feathers? Yes, in the window on a wooden bus sits a beautiful, deeply purple cavalier hat with full plumage on one side. Wearing this would make you feel like a peacock. I will go on ahead and purchase it. You are now the proud owner of this ridiculous hat. As a dwarven diplomat, it practically engulfs you when you wear it. This is the best cap I've feather bought. Very becoming, Magnolia. I need parchment and ink, please and thank you, and I'd love a slice of that peace cobbler your wife made for us last night to offer to the Fey Grove we pass on our way into town. Very good. He hands you your supplies and a slice of warm cobbler. So, the 3 of you are now ready to leave? Wei models his imaginary hat for a moment, straightening and adjusting it over his eye before nodding. Certainly. Horses are happy and prepared. Wonderful. You head out on the long journey with your supplies, carriage, and horses. Passing by forests and fields, you notice the smell of cool water in your noses. By mid-afternoon, you approach some rocky cliffs. You notice a few small rocks falling from the ledges around you. Looking up, you see the sneering faces of 5 Goldmancers. Roll for initiative. Okay, tokens down. Cool, so Beaufort, you're sitting in the carriage and see them first. What do? I'd like to give an attack bonus to Idana. Okay, anything else, Beaufort? No? Okay, Idana, what do? I pull out my bow and shoot a tri-shot. Could I hit 3 at the same time? So you're going to aim at the Goldmancers on the right? Okay, roll. 17. Plus your attack bonus, so 21, the arrows hit their mark. Based on your passive perception, you get the sense that they recognize you and that there's a blockade up ahead. Okay, Magnolia, what would you like to do? I stand up slowly from the carriage, twinkling lights emanating from my forehead and beams of light surrounding my hands, and summon Pixie Blast towards the Goldmancers on the left. Okay, make an attack roll. Not bad. Nat 20. Asa, let's go, Magnolia. You do a triple pirouette and land softly. The two Goldmancers on the left nod at each other. They fling boulders through the air at the carriage. The boulders knock down the side rail. The carriage takes 18 damage. The remaining Goldmancers shake their spears in the air and attack. Go forth. The first 3 hit for 18 damage. Magnolia, you were spared. It barely grazes your calf and you dodge out of the way just in time. And Idana, as the third attack lands, it lands harder than Idana anticipated with a critical hit, taking 42 damage. How injured did the Goldmancers look? They look rough, definitely having a bad day. Your hits have done a significant amount of damage. What are you thinking, Beauforth? I believe we can take them out this turn. I think it's wise not to heal and instead finish the job. Aliyah, 3, total is 8. I'm not certain we can pull this off. How do you feel about escaping? Really think we can win this one. Had the confidence only a man who rolled a 3 would have. Okay then, I want to move the carriage through the blockade if possible, to give us an escape route and keep the horses safe. Give me a navigation check. 12. Okay, the terrain is difficult and it takes longer than you'd like, but you're managing. I place my thumbs together, cast Move Earth, and focus all my inner strength toward the left cliffs, causing a massive rock slide to bury the Goldmancers. Sick! Love it. Okay. They all take damage and 3 are knocked out. The one on the ground aims at the horses trying to stop the carriage. It hits, spooking the horses. Dex save everyone. 22, 15, just meets 11. Ooh, not quite. So, Beauforth and Magnolia are on the carriage, busting through the blockade, and Idana bounces out from the head of the carriage, tumbling into the side ditch, which leaves her at the mercy of the remaining Goldmancer. Idana, you take 39 damage. Sophia, I'm sorry. It's a dice, I swear. Is Idana down? Can we go back and get her? Make a navigation check. 4, 6. As the dust kicks up behind you, you see Idana fighting with her last bit of strength to give you passage. You know in your hearts that if it wasn't for Idana, your carriage would be stuck in an ambush. Your sacrifice allows the party to continue forward. Maybe this is a good time to take a break. Sophia, would you like a bug pear smoothie? My treat. No, I'm okay. And I mean it. I've been thinking a lot about my RPG characters lately. I tab over to the character sheet section of my binder. I've been working on this new human knight character named Bryna Swift. Highly skilled, earned her own rank at a young age, strong and brave. She attended an all-boys knight academy in secret, and on her 16th birthday told everyone who she really was after she proved herself in her knight exams. The old town knew her by her skills and heart, and she became the queen's most trusted companion. Maybe Bryna could get the party into the castle, introduce them to her Toad Queen for fighting for her honor and kingdom. Actually, I have this character I think would fit our game well. She's the Toad Queen's best knight. She might bring us more favor and support with the Toad Queen, being part of the Toad Queen's royal guard. I pulled the sheet out from the plastic sleeve and placed it in the center of our table. Wow, a human knight? Are you sure? Usually play soft-spoken archers who charm shopkeepers. I can't imagine you wielding a broadsword. That's the wonderful thing about fantasy, Way. Sophie, I think you should go for it. Good for you. Hold on, my bird is struggling. There you go. I find playing characters that differ from ourselves can teach us a thing or two about ourselves in the process. There's nothing in the rulebook that says you have to typecast yourself. You want to play the complete opposite of your normal? Go for it. I chew on my lip. It was just a thought. No, stop that. Don't do that thing you do. I think it's a cool idea. I really do. Let's roll the character. I pull out my d6s. I already know the build I want to do, so it's easy enough to pull the character sheet together. Oh, sweet. Those are good stats. This is gonna be good. I have butterflies. I am so excited. Jessica looks over my sheet and writes a few notes down into her notebook. I hope I didn't disrupt her plans too much. Okay, I'm ready if you are. Ready as I'll ever be. I munch on a kettle chip and nod. So, Beauforth and Magnolia carry on with heavy hearts. After dusk, they run into a well-armed traveler wearing the crest of the Toad Queen, pressing on with purpose. She seems to be a woman on a mission. What do you do? I notice the Toad Queen's insignia and slow the carriage to a halt. Hello, fellow traveler. It seems as though we are fighting for the same honor and are headed in the same direction. What is your mission, good knight? Rally my sword against the Golem Lord for my fair Toad Queen. It is a dangerous road ahead, and we too are loyal to the Toad Queen. Do you require assistance? I look down sadly, holding the scarf Idana gifted me, and say, we have room in our carriage if you'd like. Anything that gets me closer to the Lord Mor's demise faster is more than welcome. I shall travel with you. Okay, so Bryna joins your party. The three of you continue into the night along the road. When you arrive at the castle, you see that the gates are wide open, welcoming even. There is no noticeable guard presence as you head into the kingdom. I'm no horticulturist, but I do believe we are walking into an ambush. Perhaps we should seek a more covered path. That's the coward's way. Let's be direct and meet him head on. So, you're currently standing in the middle of a huge courtyard, just beyond the open gates. You're going to go straight through the castle? I wish to respect your warrior's wisdom, Lady Bryna, but let's think this through. I agree with Beaufort. This feels like a trap. We should trust our intuition and be cautious. Intuition is based in fear. I will not be intimidated. The gate behind you closes heavily. I immediately cast Fine Magic. Very good. You cast Fine Magic and see the glimmer and shimmer of illusion effects. On the roofs surrounding you, you see a swarm of arcanists. You hear a horn that you recognize as the Toad Queen's army. Backup has arrived. I propose we very quietly sneak around through. What the fuck am I doing? I propose we quietly sneak through as to not alert any guards that might be inside. I agree again. Quietly and swiftly would be best. The Queen's army will buy us time to find Lord Mor. You quietly climb up the stone spiral staircase, tiptoeing past every door, inching closer to what you determine to be the quarters of Lord Mor's inner circle. Do we notice anyone around? No, seems they have left to meet the Toad Queen's army. I'd like to investigate before we move forward. I mean, my playstyle in RPGs is just to explore, so yeah. Perhaps Magnolia states the truth. We may find something that will help us defeat Lord Mort if we explore. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Okay, then I propose we start here. And I point to a door that I believe is the general's quarters. Opening the unlocked door, you greet it with a lavish room. A large plush bed sits in the center, with ample pillows and a well-loved scruffy teddy bear. I tiptoe over the bed, pressing gently on the duvet cover to ensure there aren't any surprises. I then very gingerly take the teddy and head him to my pack. I don't see how a teddy will help our mission, but I will not give any plush back. You didn't raise 3 boys, trust me, this will come in handy. I impatiently pace the room. Let's go, we are wasting time. You continue through the carved stone walls of Giant's Castle. On the far side of the room, you see the Golem Lord himself, adorned with his glimmering magical helm. He looks up to the party and grins. It's about time. Roll for initiative. Tokens down. Okay, Bryna, what do you do? I unsheath my broadsword and charge in with a mighty battle cry with both hands on a hilt, aiming directly for the Golem Lord's head. Powerful. Nice. Your broadsword meets and passes some of the Golem Lord's armor. He grunts in pain and annoyance. Now me. I prepare my crossbow with one of the magic bolts I received from the Knight's Order. Night, Lord Mort. I think Beaufort's attacks are gonna damage me more than Lord Mort. Okay, roll and do your thing. 18. Mort catches the bolt. Impossible. He turns around and snickers at you, tossing the bolt to the side. He doesn't seem worried. Out of the walls around you, you see statues come to life. Jessica stands and leans forward, towering over us. So, you are the pesky ants trying to ruin my picnic. Do you not see how beloved I am to my kingdom? Jessica stands up straighter. She's transformed and terrifying. Can you imagine a world where all kingdoms are one with no squabbling? You have proven yourselves to be quite powerful indeed. Are you sure that you would not like a place in my kingdom? She takes a slow, dramatic breath. No. Come now, ants, I shall squid. Can I interrupt this monologue and punch him? Well, I guess if you want to attack, roll your attack. Alright, interrupting him also interrupts what he was casting. The building shudders around you and you can start to hear cracking and crumbling above you, as Mort laughs. I swiftly push my thumbs together and bring my focus to the area around us. Summoning Move Earth to stabilize the walls. This room is too large to cover all sides. You manage to stabilize the nearby section. Then I use Split first to give more disadvantage on this next attack. So, you wanted to interrupt me. Well, you may want to run, little ants. Damaged statues come in closer to the heroes as the walls and ceilings start to crumble right near Magnolia, cracking the floor open. I'm sorry, my bird needs help feeding himself sometimes. This is one of those times. He's just a baby. Here, I'm going to introduce you to YouTube. Here he is. There you go. So, where were we? The damaged statues coming closer to the heroes as the walls and ceiling start to crumble around them. A large chunk of ceiling falls to the ground right near Magnolia, cracking the floor open. You're no match for me. Hey, Soph, maybe we should listen and run? And take the coward's route? Never. I attack. Roll 17. You swing your sword and attack, and it glances right off his armor, as the building rumbles once more, throwing off your footing. I bring light to my head and summon piercing blast to decimate the statues closest to us. Your blast demolishes 3 of the statues, their forms turning to rubble and dust. You brought your party some time. Let's try this again. I pull out another bolt and shoot at Lord Mort. The bolt, blessed by the radiance of Knight's Order, glows with another worldly light as it hits. Lord Mort groans in pain. Angry, a little less cordial than he was before, he bellows. Don't say I didn't warn you. And out of the walls come more statues, bringing more sections of the wall down with it. Everyone make a dex save. Jessica looks over her pathetic dice rolls and snickers. Unfortunately, as the castle collapses, the floor gives out. You are unable to grab any support beams as you fall into the deep cavern. Our heroes slam into the ground, pummeled with rubble. The last thing you see is the distant visage of Lord Mort above you. He's laughing triumphantly. Rocks continue to fall around you and everything goes dark. And that's where we'll pick up next week. That was a no-win situation, Jess. What gives? I've never given you a no-win situation, you know that. There were plenty of options and I gave you lots of warnings. I guess you'll have to wait to learn what grand plans I had for a new teddy bear friend. Sorry everyone, this is all my fault. Why didn't I listen to my party? No reason to feel sorry, Sophia. I had fun. Did you have fun, Way? Getting our butts kicked and falling into a cavern with no plan and a way to get out? No, it wasn't fun. Come on, don't be like that. We've managed to survive worse, no? This was supposed to be the final epic battle. What's the point? I've wasted 2 of my bolts already. Now, Way. Fine, this just sucks. My brother can get very upset when he loses games, but he's usually not this aggressive. I feel terrible. I ruined this game. Do you still want to play next week? I guess. He sulks off in the kitchen. I know better than to follow him. Let's rest. Cooler heads will prevail tomorrow. Yes? She touches my hand. The real treasure are the friendships you made on the way. Yes? Nothing's ruined that can't be mended. What's Discovery Delvers without a bit of creative problem solving? I'm sure you didn't mean to kill your party, Sophia. You were just trying the whole big, tough girl thing out. Bid clears her throat. And he went great, right? I glare at her. She doesn't need to rub it in. I'm trying to be supportive. Look, it's a game. Things happen. Nobody died. Well, except maybe your characters. But like, in real life, we're all here. All good. She's so bad at this. I feel worse. How about we help you two close up for the night? Way walks towards it, puts a box of garbage bags on the counter. No, I can do it myself. Everyone, just go. There's a lot to do. I can help. You've helped enough. I'll see you at home. My nose stings. I want to disappear. Okay. Bid, Jessica, and I gather our things and lock the arcade up behind us. Bid and I awkwardly wave goodbye to Jessica and sit in silence on our bus ride home. Our usually excited recap of our game night is running over of regret. My work shift this morning wasn't a typical quiet Tuesday like I had hoped. Instead, it felt like it lasted 10 years. Banshee Bash Jerk called again, and there was a lunchtime birthday party group of a dozen feral 10-year-olds. I barely waved bye to Way on my way back out the door. I didn't feel like going home to be sad alone, so I figured I'd listlessly wander around Main Street. I thought about getting something to eat at GLHC, but I don't want to see Jessica just yet. I didn't got at Sundoku Cafe, but I didn't get my tea this morning and I don't feel like answering any concerned questions Imani might throw my way. So here I am, hanging out by the George Walker statue with a flock of pigeons. George Walker, Fenway Community Garden founder, 1875. Philanthropist, businessman, friend. Seen here with his beloved collie, Lucky. Why am I in my 30s and I'm still the weirdo loitering at a town center gazebo? Will I ever grow up? Sophia, love, how are you today? I force a smile. Last thing I want to do is hurt Bid's feelings, but I'm really not feeling social. Good, thanks. You? I'm actually quite pleased I ran into you. I wanted to check in with you after last night. I rang your doorbell early this morning, but you must have left already. It might be just a game to some, but a Discovery Delver session can stay with you. She looks me up and down as if she's trying to determine something. Are you doing okay? Yeah. Would you like some company? I shrug. My stomach feels weak. Or something. I can't remember what it said. I'm not even reading properly. I'm tired. I got the feeling last night that there's more going on than Lord Mord's continued reign. My head feels foggy. I wrap my arms together, gently rubbing my left elbow with my thumb. And I want you to know, if ever want to talk through what's going on in your mind, you know I'm always willing to listen. It would be my honor to listen, as your friend. What do I do? I don't know. When I was trying to get inside head of Friday, I wanted to feel like a female warrior. Like Athena. Oh shit, sorry. Return? Like Athena. But I went in too strong. Too much like a typical man. All gusto, no real plan. And it hurts that I couldn't even role-play it. Bid walks next to me, our pace and rhythm in sync. I don't feel like I'm a very good woman. How so? I know women are strong, obviously, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know why this is so complicated. I feel so stupid that I can't understand something so simple. I'm a girl, and act like one. She looks away and touches her heart for a moment, before looking me in the eyes. I didn't know you felt that way, Sophia. That does sound complicated. Sometimes people at screen time can be so rude, and for whatever reason, now that I sound a little softer, it's like they smell blood. The amount of time someone comes in and quizzes me on classic arcade games, as if I don't own or run an arcade, like I couldn't possibly know what I know. Or they talk over me or tell me how to run my business. I didn't know you were having such a difficult time. A regular keeps calling in to see if his favorite machine is repaired. It isn't. It makes me feel so small. It's humiliating. Always wanting to speak to a man, the real manager, he says. Bid tuts and raises her eyebrow, like, I'm the manager, speak to me. And he was the one who broke it in the first place. I wish I said, you can speak to me, I'm the one who repairs the machines, but that sounds so like what a man would do. I don't know how to be. I feel like I always need to be a softer, that I'm never feminine enough. Bid nods and pats my shoulder gently. You can show up in sweatpants and nobody says she's a man. But with me, the little things matter. Whether I'm rude at a person or eat the wrong way. I don't know what else to say. I've never really said all of this out loud before. It usually gets caught in my throat. A warm breeze rustles a nearby tree. I stare at the dark splotch of old gum on the concrete sidewalk. I can't say I know how you feel because I don't. But I can relate to not knowing how to be feminine. Before I got married, my mother would tell me how I'm too assertive, that I need to be softer or a man wouldn't love me. She'd say, Bridget, men like to take care of women. You can't be emasculating them by doing things yourself. Ask them to help so they feel useful. I remember thinking, sure, if I can't be myself around my partner, I'd rather be alone. Of course, that was all fear and rawish. Michael loves and accepts me no matter how opinionated I am or what my hobbies are. And that same logic goes for you, Sophia. There isn't just one way to be a woman, and there are many ways to stand up for yourself. Find the one that works best for you. We love and adore you all the same, and if you go overboard, you can trust me to tell you. It's what friends are for. I appreciate it, but I literally can't. Like a brick wall in front of me, I can't. What's the worst that can happen? Be outed to an entire town that only knows me as Sophia? Run my life in Fernway? Bit takes a slow, pained breath in and presses her lips together. I'll be honest. I don't fully understand how he must feel. It sounds exhausting and terrifying. I'm sorry you feel unsafe. And I'm sorry if anyone makes you feel like you're a danger to our town. Fenway is lucky you chose it as your home. I do know that who you are isn't a choice, but whether you act on it or not is. And I'm so grateful you're not dimming your glow for the comfort of others. We love and accept you, and I'll do everything in my power to support you and ensure you feel safe. I want you to feel good about being you, however you feel best. For what it's worth, many women struggle with confidence, and you have even more to consider. But know that your brother, myself, and all the friends you've made on screen time support you. You're not alone. We sit together at a bench quietly watching people go by. A small doggy chases a young child near the memorial fountain. A pair of mothers push their strollers past us, lively chatting. Cicadas chirp in the distance. How about we go in the hobby shop and find a new game to play? I stare at her. We've literally been playing this game every Monday at screen time since I was in diapers. And? Doesn't that mean something? She straightens her cardigan and clears her throat. It's a TRPG night, not Discover Delver's night. And I enjoy trying new things. It's been a while since I've learned a new game. Would you accompany me to select a new one for our group? I nod and get up. Of course, lead the way. By the time Monday rolled around again, I was still avoiding everyone, which means I didn't mention the new TTRPG to anyone either. Bid is confident they'll be game, but I'm not so sure. Hey Sophia, Zing's running late. They said you have the creature manual on hold for us? Sure thing, hold on a second, I'll get it for you. Is it their new job? They told me last week that the hours were more than they expected. Oh, you know how it is. I told them self-care is best care, but who listens to me? I hand her the manual and a bag of arcade tokens. Well, tell them their afternoon of games is on me. Being an EMT is our work. Oh, Sophia, you're a gem. I will. Okay, all the mobile order snacks are made and served. Ready to see how you escape the deep cavern? If I must. Friend, Sophia and I purchased a new game for us to play tonight. She pops the game box and info packets on the prize counter. We'll need to go over the rules before playing. Sophia didn't mention anything about a new game to me. I twist a strand of hair on my finger and look at my feet. Things have been so awkward between us. Ugh, new rules to learn. I was just getting the hang of GMing the Discovery Delvers. This one's called Thirsty Sword Lesbians. What? Lesbians! Gimme, gimme, gimme. She snatches the box and scurries to our table, poring over the manual and inserts. I'll see if I can read over her shoulder. Jessica pulls a chair closer away, excitedly pointing at something. I can't hear what they're saying. Well, they went over smoothly. Yeah, much better than I expected, thank goodness. Now, before joining them, we'll just spare a moment for a story from an old withered lady. Withered? We're one of the most active people I know, Bid. She taps her nose and winks. If you keep it a secret, I'll tell you about my first character. Bid is one of the OG players at screen time. I've always wanted to know what Bid played when she first started. I clasp my hands together and nod. I promise. I played as Nasturtia Shanair, a young half-elf torn between two communities. Pretty name. I had read the player book at the library and thought I understood the rules enough to bravely show up to the newly started... Sorry, my little bird is calling me. What? Here you go. Bravely show up to newly started Monday TTRPG night. Michael doesn't enjoy these games, and neither do my other friends, so I was left to venture alone and join a group. When I arrived, I was informed I'll be playing a healer. Wasn't given a choice. Really? And every time I rolled, one of the men at the table offered to do the math for me, in case it was too much for me. Wasn't that nice of them? I love when Bid gets sassy. I was taking up space that wasn't meant for me, and they love to remind me. Though whether they knew that's what they were doing or not is another matter. I didn't want to be a nice, quiet healer for all the men. I wanted to battle. I wanted to be powerful. I didn't battle the first few rounds. It wasn't fun. Thought I was playing wrong. But then I imagined the world around me, I started to interact with the environment. Cause rock slides to bury enemies instead of just slashing them with a sword. and that was delightful fun. And I was able to take my love of plants and incorporate it into my fantasy world. I think I understand what she means. Sophia, sometimes standard rules of how to play don't work for us. Just like the boring roll, attack, move formula didn't work for me. Playing Nasturtia was so freeing once I realized I was allowed to do literally whatever I wanted. She squeezes my hand. Shall we go check in with our GM? First, I have a question. Is it wrong to want to be a healer? Does he make me less of a feminist or something? Oh goodness no. As a healer, your party members are only alive because you allowed it. You enable all their bravery. There's a lot of power in being the healer. Hold on. My bird is misbehaving. Baby. God damn it, where did he go? Oh my god. Come here. What? What? Stay. Alright. So long as it was your choice. A woman deciding what is best for herself is essential. I nod and we walk, arm in arm, to our table. We more or less been sitting in silence, working independently for the greater part of an hour. Jessica's notepad is barely legible. Way scratches out parts of his character sheet and rewrites sections again and again. Bit is sketching an outfit. Okay, I'm tired of prepping. Let's just play and learn as we go. First, let's go over the basics once more. This is a 2d6 game. Instead of rolling a d20, you'll need your d6s. Combat is different. It's more like skill challenges for physical and social encounters. Main basic moves are Fight Stagger and the Fight Disaster. Fighting can even be kissing. It's narratively driven. What? She flips a few pages and points to a diagram. So for example, let's say during an encounter you try to entice someone. You would roll to see how successful you are. High rolls are a success, obviously, but if you get a 6 or less, complications ensue. Complications? So many complications. Like if you're trying to sneakily figure out what a person is looking at and you roll a 3, they will absolutely notice you and lock eyes with you. Oh, and that adds an extra layer. I like it. She flips to another section of her notes, skimming through bullet points. Your stats are spirit, wit, daring, grace, and heart. If you get into a fight, it is less about physical damage and more about how you handle it. You get conditions like angry and insecure. If you're a support character, you can do things like bring them a snack or talk it out to help their condition clear. I'm writing everything down as fast as I can. It's a lot of new things. I pitched a bridge of my nose. This is a lot to learn. We'll get the hang of it, and it's okay if we don't play perfectly. We're new at this. This game's delightful. I'm so excited you have no idea. I'm so happy you think so, Jessica. Okay, last and most important, here are your check and X cards. The check card pauses the game so that you can check in with your fellow players to see how they are feeling. And the X card is a hard stop. If something in the game upsets you, you play your X card and remove whatever it is from the game. No questions asked. Is this fantasy? I think it can be anything we want, but I want to do a sci-fi futuristic story. Works for me. Everyone ready to play? We look at each other and nod in unison. Start of a new era. Characters ready? I'm Mock, an infamous. I used to work for a freelance surveillance group, but now I'm a bouncer at the Wilden Club, a local community nightclub. I'm Kay Lee, a formerly famous singer. I'm wearing a sparkly gown with an updo full of gems, enough to be a light source. I had a one-hit wonder about an ex of mine. Which ex? Nobody knows, and I'm not telling. I look over my sheet. I wonder what they'll think. I'm a seeker. I come from a traditional society in the colonies, and have since grown distant from my upbringing. I only just arrived last week, so I'm dressed more muted and a little old-fashioned, but eager to see what the world has to offer. Jessica smiles, mumbling. I thought you might play that. Really? Why? I thought it would be fun for you because you love dressing up in real life, and I know you wanted to try playing against your normal, you know? She rolls her pencil between her fingers, avoiding my eyes. Hold on, my bird is definitely struggling somehow. She rolls her pencil between her fingers, avoiding my eyes. I'm sure you'll do great. Thank you. Oh, and my name is Vala. Beautiful. Yeah, Sophia, that sounds like a great backstory. He tugs a few beard hairs. Sorry that I didn't handle last week well. That was childish of me. I'm really happy we started a new game. Feels like we're all friends again. So, how do we begin? Jessica clears her throat and turns to the next page in her notebook. Sit back and listen a while. In a city that's seen its golden age and watched it disappear, a small bastion of joy remains. Surrounded by buildings and blinking signs sits a hole in the wall only a local could love. Muffled sounds of music emanate from the old iron barred doors when they creak open to let someone pass through. I close my eyes and picture it. Jeff's such a good storyteller. She makes it so easy. Inside the simple interior lies the life of a neighborhood. An adult's playground, games and karaoke, and vibrant music, a lively crowd, and delicious food. Singing at the moment is a beautiful diva, oddly familiar and terribly talented. Her voice echoes through the room, but no one seems to pay attention. Watching the door is a tall, tough-looking bouncer with glowing cybernetic eyes. Wait, would you like to describe Mock? I'm dressed in a leather-studded jacket, ripped jeans, and fingerless gloves. The studs also glow in the nightclub neon light. My stance and demeanor is serious, but I nod my head with the beat and the music. A smirk across my face. Sitting at a small table in the back corner, poring over a song selection book, is a seeker, debating whether or not to take a turn. Her friends around her, all loudly making suggestions. Yes, I'm dressed in a simple farming linen dress. My mid-length hair tied into a braid. My face is clean. I look well scrubbed. The bright mood is dulled slightly when a thin man walks in. He scrutinizes the room as the crowd takes note of him. His cybernetic eyes narrow as he gazes across the now muted crowd. What do you do? Kaylee continues to sing, albeit a bit quieter than she was before. I keep an eye on this person. Do I recognize them? Although they aren't familiar to you, you recognize the pin on their jacket. Way writes a few sentences into his notebook, his pencil scratching satisfyingly against the paper. Okay, cool. This lanky man approaches who you all know as the manager, August, a middle-aged person with short hair and a very dapper ascot. Side note, August has a cybernetic arm, which she uses a touchscreen to enter an inventory and notes for the business. I start to move toward them. August looks at you and shakes her head, almost telling you not to approach. After a few minutes, the man shoves August. I approach the pair, microphone in hand. Excuse me, you there. It's a sin to spoil the crake of the gathering. You're staying on the vibe. The man looks you up and down and scoffs. And who are you to speak to me like that? Dirty has-been in an equally dilapidated establishment. Pitiful queen of a pitiful stage, and he spits at your feet. I step between them and the stage, locking eyes with him. Whatever business you have here, I'm sure you got your point across. Leave. The man snorts in and hawks a big wet sound. Waste of talent. He points to his glowing eye and looks at you, and I don't mean the has-been. He pushes past Mock, leaving the door open behind him. August shakes their head sadly. They come up to you and say, don't mind him. He seems a local lord of the estate, Barnabas Beasley, has decided to raise the rent again, but the club has already been paying more than we should. There's just nothing I can do to fight it. Pardon me, I couldn't help it over here. Back in my colony, things were a bit different. People who were worthy of power were in power. You couldn't just abuse it and extort someone. You must be a long way from home. That sounds like a fairy tale. Doesn't make it right. We should stand up against it. August nods and rubs her beard. Maybe there is something you can do. See, Barnabas does this to drive out businesses he feels are losing him money. He believes we aren't a good enough establishment for his book. If we can prove that the Walden Club is a boon, he may leave us alone, at least for a while. The Walden Club is home. We have to do something. I agree with... What'd you say your name was? Oh, I didn't. Hello, I'm Vala. Nice to meet you. Mock, bouncer extraordinaire. Kaylee, charmed, I'm sure. August, but you all knew that. Okay. If you think you can pull something off, I'll even make the deal sweeter. Free drinks for life, free lodging, and I'll pay 300 credits to each of your accounts. They pour themselves a drink and not to the bartender, who pours you each a drink as well. I just want to run my business in peace, so anything you can do, just do it. You got it, boss, but I'll have to take the next stretch off until this is done. You got it, don't expect to be paid during your time off, though. I've been in this quadrant for eons. I know a few people who might help us. Count me in. You would go against my moral code not to help someone in need. Must make my mama proud. I turn to them and say, August, your establishment is safe in our hands. This already feels better than last week. I'm back in my element. So, how do we do this? I think we should go speak to Barnabas directly. He lives in the big house in the main square. It's heavily guarded. So, maybe a more stealthy approach would be better. Tell you what, this episode is already long enough, and I'm not sure how long the game is, so I'm actually gonna stop the episode right now. I also need to put my birds to sleep. I'm also gonna take a nap, because reading is exhausting. My throat is also sore already, so I do need to take a break. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of Roll for Confidence. Call me Cera Vignette. I think Kaylee is right. Stealth is key. I agree with Kaylee. Plus, we are aiming for peace, not more damage. Okay, so what's the plan? I think we should try to blend in with the crowd and wait for an opportunity to sneak in. Like dressing up as service staff? I was thinking something more like waiting until someone needed to take out the trash and just walking in. Would that work? It has before. Okay, so you wait a few hours behind a dumpster in an alley. A person comes out of the kitchen entrance and you sneak in before the door shuts behind them. You're dodging in and out of cabinets through this commercial-sized kitchen. Complete the latest flat-top tech. They probably have an entire row of fryers too, and a big fan to cook rice. Earth to Jessica, you're not at work, we're playing a game. Hey, did she have me just as much of a player as the rest of you? Let me dream of my magical space kitchen. Okay, so you're sneaking through the house when you come across an elevator. What do? Take it. Okay, you enter the elevator and it closes with a chime. The buttons are listed 1 through 8. I press the 6 button. Why 6? Bit shrugs. I don't know. Feels right. You get off the elevator on the 6th floor and you are greeted by a hunking wall of a man. Do I know him? You do. He's Barnabas' personal guard. He grunts and says, "Hey, yous, what yous doing here?" "Hello, Mr. Muscles." And I run my fingers across his collarbone. His skin is oily and slick. "Oh, lovely. Hello, how are you? I'm here to be the entertainment of Mr. Basley. I'm a singer. I'm sure you've heard of me. My song Don't Stop or I'll Pop." His face lights up with recognition. You're gonna defy disaster. Roll your 2d6 and add heart. 11. He seems giddy to meet his childhood idol and to be in the presence of a star. "I'm sorry, you're on the wrong floor if you're here from Mr. Basley's office. It's on the 7th floor. "Why, thank you, you kind, beautiful man." "Do you need escort? I can bring you straight there. It would be my pleasure." "No, thank you. I do believe my bodyguard would be jealous if we continue together." "Can't have that," and I pat Mock on the head. Mock's hair is fluffier than you imagine. You successfully turn and leave on your merry way. "My hair's the fluffiest. I don't know what you could possibly mean." "Isn't that what I confirmed?" Okay, moving on. You get back on the elevator. I hit the 7 button. The elevator chimes and plays a tune. Once completed, it cheerfully says, "Welcome home, Mr. Basley." How fancy. I leave the elevator and look around. You see plush carpet, golden vases, and a 10-foot door. Let's go in. You push open the heavy, ornate doors in front of you. You've never seen such a gross display of wealth. A large studded leather chair is turned to overlook the glimmering lights of the city, perfectly framed by the room's floor-to-ceiling windows. As the door creaks open, the chair swivels to reveal a very robust man in a red velvet robe, sipping what you can only imagine is the most expensive glass of sparkling water. Does he have a goatee too? Well, he does now. He strokes that goatee and says, "Who disturbs my evening bubbly?" "Well, handsome, we heard that you're the generous person to visit. We need to discuss certain delicate matters." "Do you know who I am?" "You look like the singer Lady Kaylee, if we left her out in space too long." "Well, aren't you pleasant? Listen here, you're bullying a fine establishment, the Wilden Club. I'm gonna need you to stop." Let me think. No, I don't think I will. The Wilden Club is gonna be around forever. I've been here before you, and will be here long after you. Bold words from a person begging for mercy. Sir, you must understand community is the most important part of any sector, and the Wilden Club is the heart of this quadrant. He stands up and saunters over to you, his bunny slippers squeaking with every step until he's in your face. Oh, honey, you seem like you're not from around here, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. This isn't how business works. Your little club might mean something to you, but that doesn't mean it actually has value. Listen, sweetheart, who do you think you are coming into my abode looking like that? You even smell of colony. What would you know about business or the real world? Look at you, try to be something you're not. How loathsome. This feels too real. Maybe next time send someone who knows what they're talking about before you dare step foot into my domain. My chest tightens. I feel like a boa constrictor and is wrapping itself around me, getting tighter with every exhale. I know exactly what we're talking about. What do you know of life in this quadrant? Jess, what do we know about him? You know that he wasn't born here and that he's from a very wealthy legacy family. I feel dizzy. Is it possible that Vala knows his hometown? Possibly. Vala, roll. What do they want me to do? My ears feel like they're underwater. Vala? Sophia? Wade throws out his check card in the center, almost in a frenzy. I wish to play my check card. It isn't a trap card, Wade. We all see what's going on. Sophia, sweetie, we're concerned. You don't look so good. Do you need a snack? I can't breathe. I don't want to cry in front of everyone. This is already embarrassing enough. How about we take a break and have some water? Do you want to tell us what's going on? Sophie, you're scaring me. Say something. Oh, damn. I want this. Tell them what Barnabas said upset me. I feel so silly, but they're my friends. They'll understand, right? See, I know it's just a game, and Jess, you didn't do anything wrong. Me? Did I say something? What did I do? No, you didn't. That's what I just said. You're upset because I didn't do anything wrong. No, Jessica, let her gather her thoughts. Okay, I don't really know why, and I can't really explain it, but Barnabas really upset me. They're staring at me, Wayne nods and gestures as if to say, go on. I swallow down the urge to cry. Explain how you feel to us. Which part upset you? We can't read your mind, Soph. I'm sorry that I upset you, but I'm lost. You'll have to spell it out for me. I press my palms against my eyes. Fine, okay, yeah. I stare at the ceiling. Where do I start? How do I explain how I feel to a group of people that never have to consider or think about the things that upset me daily? I know that all of you love me, and I know that none of you wish me harm, but life for me is complicated and sometimes upsetting. In Barnabas, you know that guy who broke Banshee Bash? I remember you mentioning him. Banshee Bash? Is that another tabletop game? No, it's an arcade cabinet. What about it? This guy broke it a month ago and has been harassing us ever since. Have you considered killing him? Jessica, Sophia's upset. So am I. Where is he? I'll do it for you. Jessica. Fine, so this guy is upset the game is broken. What of it? Did Barnabas remind you of him? Kinda? But it's more than that. Barnabas reminded me of how that guy makes me feel. Small, scared, even called me loathsome. How was I supposed to know not to use the word loathsome? It's a good word. Now, Jessica, Sophia's not asking us not to use the word loathsome. She's explaining how she feels. Let's try not to let our gut reaction muddy the water, yes? I tug at my hair. Like I said, you didn't do anything wrong. All I try to do is to exist in a way that won't rock the boat. In a balance where I still feel like I'm expressing myself, but not in a way that brings unwanted attention. I wish I could probably shout out who I am. That I am a Chinese-American trans woman who loves gaming and spicy snacks and flamingos and mechanics. And that might seem simple to you, but it's terrifying for me. I don't know how to be all the things I am without excluding or confusing the other things I am. I don't know how to just exist. And it's okay if you don't understand. I don't need you to understand. But I need you to accept that it is hard and a very real thing I have to deal with. I don't know when I started shaking, but I'm hyper aware of it now. Bit puts her hand over mine. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sophia. I believe you. It sounds hard. I didn't mean to... Now that it's about me, I don't know what to say. So, I'm sorry. He scratches his elbow and rubs his eyebrows. I guess I thought because you seem so sure of who you are, I thought you were okay. I didn't know. I want to be supportive. You're my baby sister. I'll do anything for you. This sucks. They look so miserable. Look, I don't want this. I want us all to have fun and feel good. I don't want to be a killjoy. So I know that I don't know everything, but like I kind of get it. I didn't know if my parents were going to accept me when I told them I like girls. I was scared they'd stop loving me. But I also know that screaming about lesbians is like so fun. Being obnoxiously out and proud is so fun, at least for me. What if you put a trans flag on the wall? And what if it was okay for you to be however feels best, even if it isn't the ideal version society tells us to be? What if you being sweet, awkward, and great with a toolbox is exactly the kind of woman you are? And what if that sweet woman insisted in her own way that people treat her with the kindness she shows everyone else? You'll never be everyone's cup of tea, because not everyone likes tea. It's true, or they have terrible tasting tea. I was once gifted the set of, you know what, story for another time. From where I'm standing, you like the most confident, secure, beautiful woman. But none of that matters if you're hurting, so what do you need to feel confident? I have the most amazing friends. I wipe my eyes and smile. You know what? You've given me an idea. Great, what is it? I'll explain later. I feel raw, but in a good way. We collect our things and help Wei close up for the night. Wei and Bia chat quietly on the bus ride home beside me. I, on the other hand, spill my heart into my notebook. I spend all night writing out who I am, who I want to be, and what's important to me. A code to live by like I was one of my RPG characters. Even made myself a stat sheet. I read the screen time this morning at 7 a.m. to jumpstart my new life. First, I painted a fresh lick of paint. First I painted. A fresh lick of paint does the soul good. Last night I realized I not live my own rules, I need to define them. No better to do that than a paint fume and caffeine fueled euphoria. Whoa, I love what you've done to the place. My cheeks get warm. You like it? Really? Oh, definitely. Pasita Abad would be proud of your expression through color. Really shifts the energy of the entire place. She walks along the wall, stopping to admire each flamingo. Deja makes everything feel so chic, like everything she touches is world-class art. I hope Wei agrees with her. Good morning, gamers! You've reached screen time, Arcade. How can I make your day better? Hey, I'm calling about Banshee Bash. Here we go. I practiced for this all morning. Oh, hello. How are you today? Depends. Is it fixed? Not yet. Thank you for your page. Figured, of course not. Why would it be with such a lazy... I hear that you're frustrated and that you believe the game you broke isn't fixed because I'm lazy. Is that what you meant to say? What I mean is that if I was running the arcade, it would have been fixed a long time ago. And if you knew anything about video games, I see, you're frustrated because the game you broke isn't fixed, and you believe I don't know anything about video games. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. If you believe that this arcade is run by someone who is incompetent, why not start your own arcade or go somewhere else? Shows what you know. You don't have time to run an arcade, but you have time to call here every day and berate me? But what? I don't. Sir, this arcade is a supportive environment. If you are going to conduct yourself in a way that goes against that spirit, you are not welcome here. Excuse you, are you banning me? No, not yet at least. See, if we allow you to behave that way, others might see it and think we think such behavior is acceptable, and they might feel less welcome. So, in order to keep our reputation as a supportive place in our community, I must insist you either behave in a cooperative and supportive manner, or find somewhere else that will tolerate your abusive behavior. Choice is yours. My heart is racing, my mouth is dry, but I feel 10 feet tall. I cannot believe that you are insulting me, a paying customer. I'm disappointed you see it that way. I'll give you a call when Banshee Bash is repaired. Until then, please have a wonderful day. Do not call again. That felt amazing. Is this what self-respect feels like? I feel like I'm floating. I was brave and strong and protected my community. It felt so right. Hey Soph, how's what? You painted? And I stood up to the bully. You what? The Banshee Bash guy called, and he was all, bleh, I'm a mean misogynist who likes making Sophia feel bad about herself. And I was like, not today, bitch! And then I told him if he can't behave like a member of the community, he's not welcome here. You didn't. I did. And the paint job? You all told me last night to put a trans flag on the wall. Yeah, we meant like the one Imani has on her register, but you know what? I love it. Yeah, I love it. You did great. It feels great in here. Oh, and I got you a surprise. She's at home. He pulls out his phone, shows a photo of a sleepy, elderly, orange and white cat. Happy birthday. Her name is Codex. She's 11 years old and missing an eye. I softly pet the phone screen. I love her. Go on home and see her, and I can take it from here. Codex is the sweetest little cuddle monster I've ever met. We nap for the rest of the day until our nap becomes sleep. The next morning, Codex starts her first shift at Screen Time Arcade. She's got a lot to learn, but I think she'll manage. She's a natural at bringing community together. Oh shit, this was really short.
Ever just need to run away to a cottage in the woods with your girlfriend? I don't know, raise some chickens? Same. Except I don't have a cute girlfriend. My partner just dumped me, and cottages aren't cheap. What to do? Impulsively move and start over. Fern V. Sure, weird way to spell that. Start therapy. Work at a tea shop. Make friends. Be friends with me. Please be my friend?
Friendships can't be forced on people, Sarah. Life isn't a video game.
But that would be so much easier. Hi, call me Sarah. Want to be friends?
Pretty fucking cool. I usually don't like visual novels, but this was short enough that I didn't mind that much. I think, like, I'm a member of the LGBT community, if you haven't figured it out already, either by watching, I don't know, other videos of mine. I'm pretty open about it. I'm bisexual. I'm a cisgender bisexual woman. I think trans people definitely have it the hardest for themselves, for society, because of governments, like, and laws. Like, they have so much hurdles to go through, both internally and externally, to get to a point where they are themselves fully. And my heart goes out to those people, because they're subject of so much violence and so much hatred, and my heart goes out to those people. And when Sophia said, I don't need you to understand me, I need you to just accept me, or I mean, I don't necessarily think accept is the right term. Like, I mean, like, from a personal perspective, I think it's more of a, I need you to respect me. I need you to not attack me. I need you to not go against my rights. I need you to, well, treat me like a human being, and not like something they're not, basically. So yeah, really enjoyable. But then again, at the same time, I can't tell to anybody, whether cis or trans, how should they feel? How should they react? How should they expect, or what should they expect from others? I guess it's just my view. Well, from being a cis woman a cis bisexual woman. Um, the whole idea of I don't care about acceptance. I care about like respect. Just don't kind of like just don't fuck me over. Don't try to fuck me over. Whether it's by voting, whether it's by addressing me, whether how you refer to me, how you talk to me, how you make decisions at work, like being interviewed, being hired, harassment, like all sorts of things that all sorts of people go through. But I think trans people have it the hardest. In sports, like in so many things, the whole bathroom talk. Like my point on that is, you wanna pee, you wanna poop, dude. Just wash your hands. Just as long as you wash your hands afterwards, dude, I'm good. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times I've gone to the men's bathrooms because there's a fucking big ass line on the ladies' restrooms, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? One thing I'm not gonna do is pee my pants. So I just go over to the men's bathrooms, and I'm just like, or restrooms, I should say, and I'm just like, fuck it. As long as my underwear, my pants are dry and clean, I'm good, and I don't give a shit about, oh my god, or whatever. Like, because I like having really short hair and I wear baggy, sporty clothes, I get mistaken for I guess a teenage kid, because I kind of look young. I look younger than what I am. Like, I'm 32 years old. But I get mistaken for a teenager many times. Like, if people perceive me as a boy, then I'm in the teenage years, and if people perceive me as a girl, they think I'm like 19 or something, and I'm just like, nope, I'm 32. And it's kind of weird, but all this to say that I sometimes get treated as the wrong gender, and it's just like a small, like a very tiny, how can I say, like, whatever a trans person goes through, I experience that a tiny bit, just a very, very, very tiny bit every time I get misgendered. And I can only imagine what it's like for a trans person to just go through so many fucking hurdles just to, and quite often they don't get like a minimum hint of the respect that they deserve as human beings. And I hope like this video brings awareness. I'll leave a link for the HIO page below. You might not be able to see the game unless you are logged in, and even if you are logged in, like an account, you might be blocked because the game is actually restricted. But there's a link where you can contact the like one of the game developers, and yeah, basically I think you can request access to the game, and yeah. Whew. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope this was enjoyable and educational as well. I think it was. And I'll see you soon.